Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Right wing. Beal against Lawson. Arizona moving the ball around. Hollis Jefferson passes to Vincent, and that one's good. Freak's got his second bucket.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
And Villanova going with the whole new group out there. Here's Foster, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
On the wing, Jones expanding his range, and another miss by Villanova. Now here's Freak. From outside the arc. Rebound collected by Clarkson. Villanova trails by 4. So on the floor for Villanova, Jones is out there with Clarkson. Then there's Foster, and it's Moore in at the 5 down low. Here's Foster. The three-pointer no good.
One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
So both teams changing it up here. Here's Lawson. Feeds to Mitchell. Lawson against Beal. Here's Vincent. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. 7 points for Freak.
And with Arizona, you know they are going to be competitive year in and year out. They do a great job of recruiting, and they always seem to feel the team ready to make a deep run in the tournament. Just a very consistent program.
Beal dishes to McAdoo. It's hauled in by Arizona.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Knocked loose and stolen by Ilgauskas. 1:31 left in the first half of basketball. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul. The key word with Arizona, Clark, is consistency. Always in the tournament and usually make it a few rounds.
Yeah, and typically as a top seed is why they do that. Since '85, Arizona has only missed the tournament one time.
Rejected by Vincent. And that's out of bounds. Villanova will retain possession. Ryan is checked in for McAdoo. From the inbound. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
No doubt one of the most highly touted players on the floor is Freak. His abilities out on the wing are just phenomenal, and he is one of the few players that can dominate from that position.
And Greg, it takes a special talent to be able to control the game from the perimeter, but Freak is that kind of player. I mean, he can hurt you in so many different ways when he's left one-on-one with the defender, and he's comfortable pulling up or attacking the basket.
Arizona leading by 7. 44 seconds left to play here in the half. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. Arizona shooting their first free throw of the game right now. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Well, for the Arizona Wildcat program, they didn't really become the force it is today until the 80s. Since then, Greg, Arizona has been a big player in the conference.
How about having a string of conference titles, 14 in total, all coming since 1986.
"27 seconds left to play in the first half. Shot clock at 6. Here's Gaines. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And so that's the end of the first half. Arizona ahead, up 8. And time now for the halftime break with the second half of basketball right around the corner. And the second half of basketball is about to get underway, folks. Welcome back to this broadcast of college basketball here on 2K Sports.
And, guys, I think we may see some strategies being adjusted here as we get into the second half. Still plenty of time to cut into this lead.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Freak has done a good job of getting his team in this position, and they got themselves a bit of breathing room in the first half, and all they have to do the rest of the way is manage the lead.
Vincent, he's in at shooting guard. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Mitchell. And it's Lawson in at the point. And for Villanova, they've got Miller. Cooper is out there with Bryant. And it's Beal in at the point. 11 feet away. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Beal's got his first 2 points. Well, for Villanova, they've had a lot of their graduates make waves in the NBA. You can find a Wildcat playing professional ball everywhere, it seems.
Yeah, some of the current Wildcats in the NBA. Kyle Lowry's had a terrific career thus far. Randy Foye are the big names. Dante Cunningham's another guy who's had an impact.
To the paint, here's Cooper. And fouled hard that time. They'll get to the line and shoot 2.
You know, with Foye and Lowry, as you mentioned, I mean, they played together at the same time for Villanova. It was one of the best backcourts they've ever had.
And that Villanova team with Foye and Lowry was great. The grit and toughness that they both still play with in the NBA today, born at Villanova. And in general, the Wildcat players are some of the toughest mentally around.
Both teams will make substitutions. And here's Freak.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
Vincent in at shooting guard. Mitchell is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Lawson in at the 1 spot. Some nice ball movement by Villanova. Cooper. It's rebounded by Lawson.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Vincent's shot is good.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
It's a pick by Ilgauskas. Beal the pass to Cooper. Now Beal. Lawson on the double team. Takes it from 10. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
He can be a matchup nightmare if he can get it in the paint.
They can take their time on this possession.
You know, guys, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, it gives themselves a little break, too.
Catch their breath. You're right.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Doubled by Vincent. Pass to Miller. Down low. That is good. And the Arizona lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Beal.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Freak kicks to Mitchell. Here's Vincent, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
It's been a tough go for him. Just an uncontainable game for Freak. 16 points, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
And it easily could have been more. He's played an effective game at that end of the floor.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
Well, who could forget Villanova and their one college title? Come on now. That was one of the biggest Cinderella stories ever, one of the greatest upsets ever. Winning it all as an 8th seed, knocking down an outstanding Georgetown team back in '85.
Takes the 13-footer. That misses off the backboard.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Yeah, they brought the sandpaper edge to their attack, really fighting and scrapping inside. A lot of grit and grind with these guys.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions. And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Arizona.
Two great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Freak. And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
Launches it. Villanova grabs the miss. And it's Miller penetrating. The shot is off. Some solid defensive work there from Vincent. Lawson dishes to Freak. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Bryant. So Arizona wins it. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire. And it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for joining us. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this broadcast of college basketball on 2K Sports. The action doesn't get much better than two of the most dynamic teams in college.